iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Auto Club Speedway. It is the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Are you looking to get into the iRacing.com service? Well, look no farther, because if you head on over to RV Custom Rigs here today, Rick Bell will be able to build you a computer from mild to wild and everything in between to get behind the wheel of the scenes here with the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. We got to thank Rick Bell and the guys over at RV Custom Rigs, making it all possible to get these drivers the wheels, the setups that they need to compete here with Red Light Racing. Race fans, we talked about it all season long, how it was going to come down to the final handful of races to lock yourself in to a championship hopeful playoff spot. Well, here tonight, here in sunny California, you see the sun is going down and the lights are coming on here tonight for the stars of the Red Light Racing Scrambler Series, right here at the Auto Club Speedway. Only a handful of races. We've already been to Daytona with the Next Gen car. We've been to the Daytona International Road Course with the Gander Outdoor Truck Machines. We've been to the Chicagoland, the Windy City with the Xfinity cars. We've even headed down to dance with Miles the Monster down at the Dover International Speedway with the 1987 Winston Cup cars, which there we had to scratch. We had to pull out the Arca Menards machines, actually, and give them a run for the money. Before we headed out west to Gateway, it was the Worldwide Technology Raceway where the Cup cars were brought out onto the scene for the first time this season, and now we throw it back right here to the trucks here at the Auto Club Speedway. Race fans, my name is Roger Muth up here in the booth tonight, and I'll be bringing you all the racing action here from the Turn 3 Racing Network studios. We welcome you here. We hope you are all ready for some great iRacing action here tonight in, well, it'll be nighttime California. Which one of these drivers here? It looks like possibly 31 drivers have logged themselves into the iRacing.com server here tonight to race, so 30-some odd drivers will give it a whirl to see if they can scratch their name onto that list that has already put drivers into a playoff spot. And those drivers that already are locked into a playoff spot, Jason Wells, remember he won the season opener. He also won the closest race ever. That was way back there at the Chicagoland Speedway. Then James Skelton and Sean Single. Those four drivers are locked in. They know they are going to be going playoff racing. Other drivers like Sean Butler, Zach Mitchell, Michael Trevarthen, Ethan Troutman, Joshua Buckley, Jeffrey Souza, Chris Hammett, Eric Stout, and Tim Combs are all right now fighting for those final spots to try and point themselves in to the playoffs. As you can see, the iRacing.com pace car is down onto the grid, so that means it is just about time to fire the engines here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, tonight presented by SimBox. And our starting lineup also brought to us by our friends over at SimBox. This is your SimBox starting lineup. Starting on the front row, driving car number 4 out of the Northeast, this is Jeffrey Souza. Starting to his outside, the driver out of Massachusetts. He races for the Rev Esports Mechanic Advisor number 11. This is Sean Single. Chris Hammett drives car number 6 here tonight. He will roll off from position number 3 on the grid. Out of Florida, driving for the Rev Esports team, car number 31. This is Michael Trevarthen. Driver out of Massachusetts, driving the Cole Peppers Bakery and Cafe, number 914, Rookie of the Year candidate this year. This is Brian Bianchi. Starting position number 6, hailing out of the Midwest, driving car number 33. This is Eric Johnson. He drives the Dirty Mo Radio, number 33. Ryan O'Donnell, driving the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98, will roll off from position number 7 here tonight. While starting in the 8th position, it's the checker flag auto supply Higgins Hill Racing, number 40 of Rob Higgins. Starting back into the 9th position, drives car number 59. This is Bruce Potter. Max Terry off the Storm from the north will have to come from a little bit deeper into the field here tonight. He will roll off from position number 10. Starting back in position number 11 out of Ohio, driving the number 88, this is Sean Butler. Jason Wells got the Alienware number 64, scheduled to roll off 12. 13th here tonight, this evening, is going to be car number 62 of Troutman. James Skellen out of South Carolina will roll off 14th with DJ Anderson back in action here tonight, car 51, 15. It is the Norman, Oklahoma, number 5 of Brandon Minto rolling off 16th. The golfer, number 17 of Tim Combs, goes 17th. 18th tonight, it's the 43. It's going to be Joe Strano rolling off that Road Rage Accessories, 43 and 18th starting spot. The Australian, Kevin O'Brien, in the 184 goes 19th with Brandon Feedy back in 20th. 21st to Rex Hoyle. Richard Murdoch, 22nd. 23rd to Tim Williams. Tony Strano back in 24th. Nathan Maurer out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He'll start 25th. 26th will go to Joshua Buckley in the number 2. 27th to Ryan Richard. David Bragg will start 28th. Christopher Rothrock in 29th. Doug Neal in the 30th position. And Bob Higgins back in 31st. That is your SimBox starting lineup here tonight for the SimBox race here at the Auto Club Speedway. Pace car is in 130 miles of the distance here tonight as the green flag will come out. We will go racing here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. It is the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. It's the SimBox 130 here at Auto Club. With the green flag up and in the air here tonight, put 65 laps on the score charts for all you race fans that are tuning in out there tonight. Sean Single currently holding the top spot here as they're going to work themselves out of turn number 2. Single down to the... he is on the outside lane, actually, timing and scoring. That is going to be the 4 of Jeffrey Souza down on the bottom side. There you see the battles. Now Sean Single, the Mechanics Advisor, number 11, pulls himself out front. Oh, the 4 of Souza. Sideways, drifting it out of turn number 4. Ryan O'Donnell's going to drift up the speedway. Couple of them going to be turning around on the front straightaway here. 2 cars now. Brian Bianchi in car number 9. 14 is down to the inside. No caution flag is out as everybody was able to stay pointed into the right direction. A handful of them, though, like the number 914 here. The Cole Peppers Bakery Cafe. Having some problems. See if we can go back here and watch this. There you see the 42 of Max Terrell. He is sideways too. Brian Bianchi, and then Max actually is going to come right down pit road. See, Ryan O'Donnell was up into the wall with the Gravedigger machine also. That looks like that was the number 40. Look at Ryan O'Donnell right here in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints. He just comes right up out of the corner, unfortunately, and there is Rob Higgins. They made the contact, and everybody actually was able to scatter around and keep going. We come back live here to the Auto Club Speedway. Right now, it is car number 11 down the back straightaway of Sean Single. Right on board with a mechanic advisor onboard camera. See a huge big gaggle of cars back around these drivers. That is right around, call that the 7th, 8th position. That's the 62 of Troutman right now as he leads a lot of these drivers. Looking at him as they're 3 wide. It's Major Mellon, the Mountain Dew entry. The number 17 of Tim Combs, he was in there. The 64, that is the Alienware sponsored entry of Jason Wells, your points championship leader, and high, wide, and handsome going around the outside. That's the number 5, the Keystone Light Buffalo Wild Wings car, driven by Brandon Minto. The driver that is relocated down to Texas, was over here in New Jersey for quite a while. Then he got restationed down in Texas. The driver hailing, though, he calls himself from Norman, Oklahoma. You got to remember, these drivers have to lock themselves into the championship because there's only going to be 4 races left. And Brandon Minto is one of those drivers that is on the outside looking in, coming into this evening. So that daring move there by driver of that number 5 may pay dividends at the end of this one. One driver that is on the backward skid, he's in this battle, and I think the only reason that his car is still holding there strong, just inside the top 15, that's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints 98 of Ryan O'Donoghue. That is because, well, he is sitting there in the draft. If he didn't have the draft for these big trucks, these trucks punch a huge hole in the air here at the Auto Club Speedway, he would probably be falling back right now. But right now, with him being in the draft and that right rear quarter panel that's all beaten up, there you see it just caved in on the outside where him and the number 40 of Rob Higgins went up into the outside wall together. Of course, Higgins down on pit road with his number 40. It looks like he had just actually come back out with his Gravedigger entry. You see just behind Rob Higgins, who was involved in that wreck. There you see the 42 of Max Terriel, championship contender. He does have a win this season, so Max does not have to go and push the envelope. Now he just has to ride around and try and maybe get off a little bit of a different sequence. As pass for the race lead, though. 2 teammates are going to pass it back and forth. Michael Trevarthen was your leader. Now here comes number 11 once again, back down to the bottom side of the speedway. Will he be able to make the pass on the bottom? He'll slide up in front of his teammate. Sean Single retakes the lead as the 33 of Eric Johnson now pokes his nose to the outside there with his Chevrolet. 2 Fords lined up nose to tail for the race lead. Then you have a Chevrolet sandwiched in between another 2 Fords on the grid before our first Toyota out there this evening. That Tundra, the Carolina Elite Real Estate, number 86 of James Skelton, right now is rolling into the 6th position. He is one of the biggest movers and shakers so far in this race. And look at the big gaggle back behind them. That brightly colored car, that is the number 971 of Nathan Maurer. He is sideways on the back straightaway. Maurer, Ryan Richards, the other Pennsylvania driver there, Christopher Rothrock. Doug Neal, the SimBox owner, involved as the first caution flag of the evening will fly. So the first caution flag flying here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway here in the SimBox 130. There you see the SimBox 971 of Nathan Maurer rolling away, very crinkled up. A lot of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network this past weekend had a privilege of meeting Nathan Maurer at the Pocono International Raceway as he was actually camped right out in front of our Turn 3 campsite. So Nathan Maurer hanging out over in the Turn 3 Racing Network camps all weekend long. Got to meet him and his family that are always tuning in out there and on our YouTube side of things, which we appreciate, each and every one of them. Nathan Maurer's family and each and every one of you that are tuning in here tonight. Let's take a look back, though. Our producer says they do have the caution flag here. And as we look at back here, there's Nathan Maurer in the middle, and a little bump from Rothrock, his Pennsylvania companion there. Getting a little bump down the straightaway. There you see the Caterpillar 921 also involved of Ryan Richard. Right on board. Ryan Richards on board. Some hard contact there. With Nathan Maurer. You see the bump from Rothrock, and it's just going to turn Maurer around. Maurer's truck getting hit numerous times in that spin. Slow it down and watch here. Let's see if we can get that drone camera to come on in there. There you see the little bump on that orange machine, turning it down into Ryan Richard. Rhino Danny just going to miss this one. There you see this yellow colored truck. That's the 77th SimBox entry of Doug Neal, the driver out of Georgia. So call it 4 cars actually involved here with heavy damage to all 4 trucks, which is what puts us under our first caution flag this evening. So with the first caution flag flying here tonight, there you see some drivers are going to take their opportunity here to come to pit road. This driver was the first driver out of pit road, and that's the car number 11, the driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, of Sean Single. One driver, though, will stay out here and play a little bit of a strategy, and that's the driver of the number 4, Jeffrey Souza. We'll see if he continues to stay out here as the race leader, as every field should be getting the 1-to-go marker this time by. We will get that 1-to-go marker, and this is how they're going to line up here tonight. It'll be the number 4, Jeffrey Souza, back to the top spot. Sean Single running second. Michael Trevarthen in third. Then it's going to be Eric Johnson in fourth. Brandon Feeney, the driver out of Canada, the Liquid Molly K1 graphics entry, will restart in that 5th position. 6th will be Eric Johnson. 6th will be Richard Murdoch. Then it's going to be Brandon Minto, James Skelton, Ethan Troutman, Kevin O'Brien rounding out the top 10. Just taking a quick look through our timing and scoring. The 42 of Max Terriel, who you see coming out of pit road, he was our lucky dog recipient, so he will get that lap back that he lost by coming down pit road on the initial start of this one. So he'll play off-sequence strategy there as he came down pit road. He topped off the fuel tank of that MK Medic machine, and he will then now try to make his ascent onto the, the assault, we'll call it, on the rest of the field. He'll have to restart back 27th. 2 drivers still down on pit road. It'll be Ryan Richard and Nathan Maurer down there trying to see if they can get their trucks repaired and back out here. Christopher Rothrock was able to carry on. Doug Neal also able to carry on. We'll come back here into the restart zone and we're getting ready. It will be officially 10 laps in the books when we take the restart. Green flag back into the arrows. Here we go once again. That 4, you got to remember. The 4 of Souza on old tires. He did not come to pit road here on lap number 8. Everybody else, 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagles here on the top of these trucks. Tires on that number 4 getting a little bit of a wiggle down to the bottom side of the speedway, but he's actually going to be able to come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway with a great run as he got a great push there by the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. There's your front runner side by side for the race lead as they're 3 wide a little bit farther back behind them. That's Minto and Troutman and Chris Hammett that are side by side. Now they're going to be looking to go 3 wide here at the front, leading the first lap back to green flag. That is going to be the number 4 of Souza. He'll lead the first green flag lap for himself here tonight. He wasn't able to get back to the green flag line, the start-finish line, on his initial start of this race, but here now comes Sean Single. He'll dive back down to the bottom side of the speedway, and he'll look to take the race lead off turn 2. As he takes the look to take that lead, there is the Brandon Feeney entry, the Canada entry. You see him peeking out a line here and there and just not quite able to make anything happen with it, but he is battling inside the top 5, 6. He's the biggest mover at plus 14 spots here in the early going. Single tries to rally back down to the bottom side. Oh, a big move there. Eric Johnson just took the nose off the James Skelton entry. Right on board with James Skelton here as he just snuck up in front of him. That Carolina Elite Real Estate sponsored entry really cut the Dirty Mo Radio 33. A real big break there as they roar down the back straightaway. 1 car down to the bottom side. That's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. He's down there with that Scott's F-150. Trying to get around Brandon Feeney. Feeney just lost the spot there to DJ Anderson. It's going to get tight down here. Feeney a little out of shape in the 38. Little contact there. It's going to send Hammett down the banking out of turn number 4. They're still stacked up 3 wide at the start-finish line. Look at all these trucks. They're able to fan out here or fly around the speedway. Brandon Feeney starting to fall backwards in that 38 machine. He's going to lose 2 spots, 1 corner. And it gets around him in the 64. Now here comes Joshua Buckley, the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry. Joshua Buckley, look, he's going to make it 4 wide down the inside. They'll put the 2 Canadians in the middle. Oh boy, 4 wide racing here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Let's see, can they hold it coming out of turn number 4? They hold the 4 wide. James Skelton's going to lead this lap, but the 4 wide battle back here is now going to go 3 wide, and then they're going to settle it down to 2 wide by the time we get down here to turn 1. Brandon Feeney is shedding positions here tonight as he is trending in the wrong direction. Feeney now back outside the top 15 as Joshua Buckley still trying to make his climb through the field. So now with a new race leader here on lap number 15, he did lead at the line. James Skelton to the point. Last season's championship leader, winner. Went on a tear, having the most wins last season. Kind of really broke out of his shell. Kind of let everybody know that he is here. He sits 5th on the all-time win record list with Red Light Racing with 15 victories. And another driver that has a ton of victories to his name who sits right there also. That's the driver of that 51 of DJ Anderson. He has now just picked up that 3rd position. One driver that's buried in traffic here and having a heck of a time. We just saw him go from the outside lane to the inside lane. That's the 88 of Sean Butler. He just gets around the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano. Strano sitting there to the outside. There you see the Major Mellon, the golfer. 1 car to pit road here, though. This is coming this time by. It'll be the number 4 of Souza, so he'll give up a top running spot to come down here on lap number 17. Couldn't really stretch the fuel much longer here tonight. "31 cars did take the green flag here tonight. It looks like 30 of them are out there on the speedway, and this is 4 wide racing at its best down the back straightaway. Kevin O'Brien is just going to bail out down to the inside. That was the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. That's the 43, the 17. And look who's just right there sitting on the back tailgate of that Superflow Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes number 2. It is the number 42 of Max Theriault. He is right there. The Storm from the North has now battled his way back up here inside the top 20, and he is digging for more. He'll take a peek to the inside of that number 2, but Joshua Buckley going to slam the door. There's the 4 of Souza coming back out onto the speedway. He will lose 1 lap, but he will now have 4 fresh tires. Everybody else that came down 8 laps ago on lap number 8 now has 8 laps on their tires. There are battles all over the speedway because, man, you just cannot keep up with these truckers here tonight in the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing, especially here tonight in the SimBox 130 at the Auto Club Speedway. These guys really love to start Monday off with a bang, and you want to talk about a bang? Wasn't Sean Single just the race leader a little bit ago? He's back outside the top 5. That's how fast things are happening here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. You blink, and it all changes. Here comes the 88. He'll make it 3 wide down the back straightaway. Sean Butler now going to pull alongside the mechanic advisor, number 11. At 62, though, if Ethan Troutman said, I don't feel like going 3 wide, so he'll swing out of that 3 wide. Then he'll cut back underneath the number 11 of Sean Single. He'll pick up that spot then on the inside. So Mark now the 62 of Troutman into P number 9, and Joshua Buckley 3 wide behind him also. Man, these boys are putting on a show for all you race fans out there tonight tuning in. There you see the McCody setup shot, number 45, and he's going to make contact. The 42 was to the outside. Wow. We saw some great saves, but boy, did that 42 just really hang on to that one. He falls back. He's trying to get a little push there from the 4 of Souza. Souza's trying to get him back up to speed. We saw the 45 of Tim Williams come up the speedway, and now the 42 of Max Terrell. He's going to give a little bump to the 31. He's going to get Michael Trevarthen. Now he's going to turn the 77. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Culpepper's 914 involved. Doug Neal going to get turned off the front bumper there, along with Michael Trevarthen off the 42's front nose. Not how he expected tonight to go. There you see a couple drivers rolling away that were involved. It looks like Christopher Rothrock got a piece of this. There goes the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. He was definitely heavily involved in this one. So the second caution flag of the evening coming out. We're going to have to really slow this one down. Let's take a look. The truck says they have it. There you see the 31 already spinning, and oh no. Rex Hoyle actually went for a tumble down to the inside, lands on his wheels. That Ford Performance 954 was well down below the racing surface. Let's see if we can go back here and catch this. There you see the 42 trying to cut the middle, and Doug Neal was down to the bottom side of the speedway already. That's where you see Rex Hoyle then come into this battle. A lot of tore up race trucks here on the front straightaway. I believe Rob Higgins came down pit road to avoid that. I think he was coming down pit road to start with. Let's see if we can take a look here from our rear camera watch. I believe this is what we're looking for. You're going to see everybody coming up on the slower 42 because he just went for that slide. Watch the back 42 to the outside. Culpepper's 914 also involved. Brian Bianchi, there you see him rolling away very slowly. There was the 31 of Michael Trevarthen involved. A ton of trucks involved in this one. All these drivers, though, now have the chance to come down, put 4 fresh tires on it, and we're hammered out again. We got to thank tonight's sponsor here while we have a second here at the Auto Club Speedway while we're under caution. We got to thank Doug Neal and all the guys over at SimBox. If you're in the market for a custom quality button box that won't break the bank, look no farther than our friends over at SimBox. You can find them on Facebook.com by typing in the search bar SimBox PC. SimBox is a LLC company that offers all racing components to the iRacing community along with other sim communities. So look no farther than SimBox for all your racing needs. Running order going to shake up just a little bit here now under our second caution flag of the evening. James Skelton is going to be the race leader with DJ Anderson in second. Richard Murdoch will be in the third position. Jason Wells back to fourth with Brandon Minto in fifth, rounding out the top 5. Caution car lights are out. That means next time by here, we'll come back into the restart zone. We'll fire things off here tonight. Well, just short of that halfway home marker tonight. It'll be 24 laps. Looking at the number and seeing when we're going to have to pit again. And it's probably going to be 38 to 46 as we're going to start to see guys come down pit road if we get to that far in a green flag run. You were looking at possibly 7 laps away from these drivers having to come to pit road once again after that first caution flag here tonight. Those caution flag flying for some people at just the right time. We've seen racing here tonight, though, at the Chicagoland. I'm looking at where we've been, and Chicagoland was one of the best races we've had all season, and I was about to reference how this race here tonight is probably better so far than what we saw back at Chicagoland. So here at the Auto Club Speedway tonight, these truckers are putting on one whale of a show. As we approach the restart line, Toyota, Chevrolet, Chevrolet. I feel like a broken record. Ford. But the iRacing.com pace car off the racing surface, so we're going back green flag. 24 laps will be completed here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Great push by the two South Carolina drivers down to the bottom side. Richard Murdoch pushing James Skelton out to the race lead. Oh, one truck sideways. That's the 51 of DJ Anderson. He's going to lose it to the top side. DJ Anderson going to lose it down in turn number 1. That'll bring right back out the caution flag. So DJ Anderson being the cause of the caution here. Don't think anybody else was involved in it. Let's take a look. There's a little bump there from the number 01 of Richard Murdoch. Maybe a tire going down on the 51, which caused him to go straight around. Watch from high atop. See a little bump there, then all of a sudden the 51 hooks it back left and into the outside wall. Nobody else getting involved. Everybody else was able to keep themselves out of that, so it'll just be call it a 2-car incident. They don't count Richard Murdoch involved with it. So as we pace for the third time here tonight, we'll be right back here to the Auto Club Speedway here tonight for the SimBox 130, presented by Red Light Racing.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether the beaches or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weights. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Clapman is going to touch in. Pit crash sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Leonard drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Welcome back here to the Auto Club Speedway. Race fans, you are watching the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series here for Red Light Racing tonight. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing. James Skelton Brandon Minto, Richard Murdoch, and Chris Hammett, your top 4 drivers here. Third caution flag cleaned up very quickly from that solo spin down there in turn number 1. 51 of DJ Anderson is still out there for all the DJ Anderson race fans. He'll restart at the tail of the field. Great restart here from the 86 as he got a great push by Richard Murdoch going down into turn number 1. One truck gonna swing high to the outside. That's the 5 of Brandon Minto. He'll swing it high. Everybody looking for the same key real estate. So those 2 bottom drivers were able to shoot out ahead of the number 5, though. Here comes now the 64 of Wells as he'll shoot to the inside with that blue Logitech entry. Big stuff working back here as these drivers are also kind of all fanned out back here. Something happened on that initial start that dropped the 42 back behind, but there's a lot of racing going on towards the front of this one. Murdoch goes down to the bottom. They're almost going to put him in the middle. That's the sucker hole. You don't want to be put there if you don't have to be. Murdoch was able to get down, though, right in front of that alien where, oh, he's going to get a big, tight push there off of the corner. Almost right up into the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Hammett trying to take that Miracle Grow. Scott Stock commentary around the outside, trying to bring along the 33 of Eric Johnson also. Still out front, still James Skelton. Murdoch had a great start there, and now he has started to fall backwards. 33 of Eric Johnson right there in the middle. Wells down to the bottom, just can't seem to get to the outside, and they are lined up behind him 2 by 2 by 2 for as far as the eye can see as they work themselves off of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. Lap 31 this time by will be put into the books. James Skelton looking to lead that one. He's got about a 3-car length lead right now. Actually, that is incorrect. Timing and scoring just jumped. Something must have happened down there to James Skelton into the corner because that scoring monitor just literally snapped and went from 3-car lengths to side-by-side. And side-by-side at the line, just by the splitter, it'll be James Skelton still leading here tonight. Brandon Minto, though, trying to take the lead. The Keystone Light Buffalo Wild Wings driver. Switching manufacturers at the end of last season, now teaming up with his brother of Travis Minto. The Mintos driving Chevrolets, not Fords. Of course, Brandon Minto now very confused as he's a Brad Keselowski fan, but drives a Chevrolet here on Monday night with the number 5 on the door panels. Race fans, I'll let you try and figure that one out because I can't, and oh boy, Chris Hammett's going to tank slap it off the wall. That Miracle Grow number 6 was out of shape, sideways. Now here comes the 33. Eric Johnson will now take a bid to the outside here, coming down into turn number 1. Side-by-side for the race lead, side-by-side for 3rd. Brandon Minto still making the inside lane work. Looks like the 6 of Hammett, though, is going to give up P number 3. Eric Johnson takes a hold of that solidly in his hands, and now Brandon Minto going to slide back into P number 2. Your front drivers all go single file. Now you got to go all the way back here to the 7th spot. That was the 62. He was side-by-side with the 43, the Road Rage accessories of Joe Strano. But now Strano's side-by-side with the adventure and pixels of Richard Murdoch. 2 Chevrolet trucks right now side-by-side. And then you got the other Strano Brothers racing driver. That's the 3 of Tony Strano right there. Tim Combs also swinging his golf club up in here. Everybody jockeying for position. One truck really making a big move to get back in line there. That was the mechanic advisor, number 11, Sean Single. As here comes the 88, Sean Butler. Will take a bid to the inside of Sean Single. Can he make the inside lane work? The Gen X driver. He'll try to pack a little air on the number 11 as he came out of turn 4 there, but wasn't quite able to do it. Got himself out of shape. He'll fall back in line. The draft here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway really playing a big factor in this one. DJ Anderson still trying to make his way back through the field. Does have rear end damage, but so does Ryan O'Donnell in the number 98 there that you see. Look at the old Jim Beam, number 184. Kevin O'Brien right now is on rails. Driver out of Australia. Hanging on inside the top 20. He was just inside the top 15, but lost a spot there as the 51 of DJ Anderson got around him. Anderson does have the fresher tires of the two. Nathan Maurer back down pit road. There you see the 971. As Minto slides way high that time, down in 1 and 2. Over halfway home here tonight in the SimBox 130 here at the Auto Club Speedway in sunny California. The sun is down, the stars are out on the Speedway here tonight for the Red Light Racing Stables, bringing their Monday night racing action here for you. Leading at the halfway home marker, it was James Skelton. Nathan Maurer has officially retired his number 971 entry. The driver out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, will call it a night. Chris Hammett, remember him? Well, he tank slapped the wall out of turn 4 that one time, and his Ford has been under attack by a bunch of Chevrolets, and he's got another one of those bow tie brigades right behind him because Ethan Troutman is right there. Driver out of Tennessee. Working the inside of the Speedway. Chris Hammett, something has happened to the 6. Hammett into the outside wall once again, possibly having a tire going down in the number 6 of Chris Hammett. As he was hard into the outside wall that time, down in 4. Looks like he's able to regroup. Maybe it's not a tire going down. Maybe he just slid up outside the groove, over jumped what, if you're a race fan, you'd call the cushion. It looks like his truck is back up to speed, and see if he can carry on. He's going to lose a handful of spots. Was 3rd. Now he's back to running in the 10th spot. Jason Wells, remember, he hasn't had himself a good run here tonight. He has fallen outside the top 15. Right back into the clutches there of Kevin O'Brien. Max Terrell also back here in his 42. Remember, he slid down pit road on the opening lap of this race. And then got involved in that wreck with Doug Neal and Ryan Richards. And Michael Trevarthen was involved in that one too. Right now, Max running back into the 21st spot. Tony Strano's got the Victory Junction gang, number 3. Up inside the top 10. He's all over Richard Murdoch, trying to take that spot away. They'll have to make one more pit stop here tonight. Pit stops are coming here in the next handful of laps. Last time drivers were down was on lap number 22. Not quite into that pit window just yet here tonight. New race leader, though, it's the 5 of Brandon Minto. You're getting a big shove by the 86 of Skelton down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He'll slide high to the outside. It's opened up the door now for Skelton to come down to the bottom side of the Speedway. Not going to be able to do it. Brandon Minto will lead here tonight. 25 laps to go. Pit window coming open here in the next about 2 to 3 laps for these drivers. Will somebody try to stretch it just a little bit farther and pit first? This track here tonight has played like a super speedway. Right on board with Brandon Minto with a mechanic advisor onboard camera. This is your race leader of Brandon Minto. Slides high once again down there in turn number 3. Out of 4, he'll still be high. Here comes Skelton once again. Tried the same move last time by. Didn't work last time. Won't work this time. Minto trying to break the draft just a little bit as they come down the front straightaway. This time by. 24 laps to go here this evening. One driver coming to pit road, and that's going to be Bruce Potter. He's going to bring along Ryan Richard and Rob Higgins. Also, there you see the Gravedigger entry of Rob Higgins. He was into the outside wall. He got sandwiched up there by Ryan O'Donnell on the opening lap out of turn number 4, so he'll come to the attention of his pit crew. And your race leader still going to be the 5 of Brandon Minto. Will any of the race leaders come this time by? Doesn't look like anybody in the top 10, top 15 will come to pit road. Here's the first truck diving off. It'll be the number 6, Chris Hammett. He'll get it down to pit road speed. 55 miles an hour here tonight. 55 all the way down this long pit road. Bobcat Bob Higgins, checkered flag auto supply number 41 will come to pit road. This time, Brandon Minto has a great run down the back straightaway. He does not have to worry about the 86 of Skelton diving in on him, as I believe he's going to come to pit road this time. Here comes the 5. 5's coming, the 86 is coming. Pit road's going to be busy right here. And full of them coming in. They're going to be side-by-side racing at the line. James Skelton is on that inside lane there. Brandon Minto, he's going to have to fall in line. There you see he does. Skelton falls in line because Minto's pit's right there. You didn't want to have the collision. Great stop as everybody slides to the stop. So Minto, Bragg, Williams, Minto. Single all down pit road. That hands things over to Eric Johnson. Cool, calm, just like the other side of the pillow. As now he'll come to pit road. He'll bring Troutman and Strano, and here comes Richard Murdoch also coming to pit road. Granny Hips gonna get right on the binders with that walker. Had to really push the tennis balls down on that one, but Joshua Buckley did get woed up down to pit road. Kevin O'Brien also coming to pit road. Pit road is a very, very busy place with 21 laps to go. As there's your race leader, the number 88 now of Sean Butler. Trying to take a peek if any of these drivers are going to be taking 2 tires or 4 tires, and it looks like a lot of guys so far. Everybody that has been down pit road has taken 4 tires and fuel. So 4 tires and fuel looking like it's going to be the way to go here tonight. Here comes now Sean Butler. He'll come to pit road. One car sideways out of turn 4 trying to bring it to pit road. That's the car 45 of Tim Williams. He's not going to be able to get it done, so he has to stay out there on out there on the track. There you see the 45 of Tim Williams. He's actually sorry for all you race fans that are following along. I'm being told that Tim has 45 on the side, but he is actually the 907 entry. So that is my mistake here in the tower. We're just reading the truck number, not what's on the timing and scoring for the race fans that are following along at home here tonight. Got to put DJ Anderson as your race leader, but he will come to pit road this time with 20 laps to go. Max Terrell will stay out so he can get a lap led here tonight. So Max Terrell going to the race lead for the first time here this evening. He still has to make one final pit stop here tonight. I had to take my shoes off there to look at it. To see, 9, 10. Yeah, just going to be short on fuel. First car that came out of pit road right now is going to be the 86 of James Skelton. He still's got Brandon Minto there, and also now he's got the 43 of Joe Strano up in the mix of this one. Number 11 of Sean Single also pitting a lap before. Caution flag is on the Speedway. Caution flag is on the Speedway. I think a couple of them involved here. The 88 of Sean Butler involved. Possibly Dave Bragg, the driver out of Canada. Something may have happened to the 953 entry. There you see Mr. Jiffy Lube. Let's find it. Something out in front of him already, actually, is Sean Butler and Tim Williams. Oh, there's the 88 of Sean Butler already spun around. It's really been a hard season for the driver out of Ohio. He was coming to pit road and just looks like he lost it coming to pit road. Around the 88 went, and Tim Williams just absolutely nowhere to go. Right on board with Tim Williams. Ow. Ow. That one even hurt us here in the studio. Talk about an untimely caution, but a very timely one here for Max Terrill. He was still out there, and he was your race leader, and he's actually going to lead everybody that is on the lead lap down pit road. So now everybody should definitely be good to go on fuel here the rest of the way. A couple drivers are going to elect to stay out. There you see the 62, Ethan Troutman, the 51, DJ Anderson, the 84, Christopher Rothrock staying out. Winning the battle off pit road will be the number 5 of Brandon Minto. Minto is able to jump out of pit road first. Minto with fuel only. Then it's Joe Strano, fuel only. Eric Johnson, fuel only. Max Terrill, 4 tires and fuel. He is good to go the rest of the way, and he will have the freshest tires here tonight. We'll see if he can now charge his way through the field. Should have about 15 laps when we go back racing here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. You are watching the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight's race, of course, brought to us by our friends over at SimBox. Find them at facebook.com. Type in SimBox PC. That is SimBox PC. And get your button boxes today. It's what keeps us here in our Turn 3 Racing Network studios going as we got them on all of our rigs over here. If you swing into the studio one day, you'll be able to see all the fancy custom creations that Doug Neal and the creative minds over there at SimBox have come up with. Fortunately, Doug's night has been retired on lap number 19, so he will get credited with the 31st finishing position tonight. So we'll come back here into the restart zone. We will get just 15 laps of racing to go. 15 hard-nosed racing. We've already seen 3 wide, 4 wide, and even 5 wide racing here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. For Red Light Racing, these guys put on one whale of a show. They're going to come back here. At the line, we're going to get 15 laps to go. Different strategies all through this field here tonight. 15 laps. Put it on the board. Let's go. Here we go. Great start by that Ream Chevrolet to the outside. The 62 for Ethan Troutman. The 51 of DJ Anderson, remember, has some damage on that left rear quarter panel on that police entry. And then look at Brandon Feeney. He's at a strong car, but here comes the 42 of Max Terrill. He's trying to get around the 43 as they work down the back straightaway. James Skelton taking no chances. 3 wide for him. And oh, a big move. The 33 of Eric Johnson out of line. He'll go 3 wide. They'll put Rothrock to the middle groove. And look at Brandon Minto. He missed the turn into the corner. He slides high. Sideways, James Skelton. That 86 was sideways. Now they're going to make contact. Rothrock is sideways. They're going to wad him up off turn 4. There goes the 3 spinning to the inside. Tony Strano goes spinning. Richard Murdoch involved. Chris Hammett's going to get clobbered on the follow-through. Couple cars involved in this one as chaos all broke loose there. A lot of drivers down on the tire temperatures on that restart. The tires were not up to temp as they slid through turns 3 and 4, causing a big pileup down here. Looks like Chris Hammett went through the grass. Tony Strano was involved. Christopher Rothrock. Richard Murdoch is involved, and A slew of other drivers getting little nicks and dings inside their trucks here tonight as we closed in on the end of this one. This puts us under our 5th caution flag of the evening. Let's see if we can get the production truck to throw it back just a little bit here and watch. There you see Rothrock sideways after making contact with Skelton as he spins down to the inside, as he was able just to go ahead and give it a couple 360s and hammer back into it with that Renaissance Nutrition number 84 as he rejoins the racing surface. But I think Richard Murdoch took a wild ride. Let's see if we can ride on board with the driver of the 01. Right there, Tony Strano. It looked like Murdoch was going to be good, hammered down to the inside lane, and then Richard Murdoch had nowhere to go as he got involved. How about Chris Hammett, though, and Tony Strano? They came together also. Let's see, watch this here. You see the 3 of Strano right there in the quarter panel. Bruce Potter going to get railed right there, and then back across the track. Here comes the number 3. Oh, Chris Hammett just wasn't, just by a little bit right there. He got clocked right there in that right side, and he was able to hang on to it, but that is going to be some very serious damage on that number 6. There you see the 3 of Tony Strano's down pit road. Richard Murdoch is down pit road along with Chris Hammett. As, well, these drivers need all the time they can. There is no caution clock. There is no damage clock like NASCAR would have here on the iRacing.com service, as all these drivers can take as much time as they need to get their trucks repaired and back out onto the track. There's your race leader, DJ Anderson, the driver out of Virginia. Police officer by day, iRacer by night. DJ, we thank you for your service that you put in and day out with the police force down in Virginia, protecting everybody, letting us all do what we love to do, which is come out here on Monday nights and compete on the iRacing.com service. DJ Anderson is our race leader. DJ also was sick, missing a couple of weeks here. Had a little bit of a battle wound, but he is now back on the mend and able to rejoin us here on Monday. So that's good for, that's good for all of us. So, should we come by this time and see the iRacing.com pace car lights turn off? And we will. So it'll be DJ Anderson, Ethan Troutman, your front row. Here we go back. It'll be 11 laps of green flag competition. Joe Strano and Brandon Minto will make up row number 2, while the Storm from the north, Max Tyrrell, sits there in position number 5. Eric Johnson is going to start 6th on this restart here tonight. 7th will be Tim Combs, Jeffrey Souza, James Skelton, and Joshua Buckley. Buckley, the driver out of Massachusetts here tonight, trying to bring one home for the boys back home. A lot of drivers out of the New England Northeast area here tonight competing in the Virtual Auto Club Speedway. There you see the Gravedigger entry coming back out. The driver out of Massachusetts, Rob Higgins, having some problems with his checkered flag auto supply. Oak Hill Country Club entry. Gravedigger's been beat up since turn number 4 here this evening, but he has kept on digging. He's a couple laps down, but still out there tonight. 5 laps down, currently running back into the 23rd position. He'll re-tag the back of the field here as we get ready to go green flag racing. DJ Anderson this time will choose the outside lane, pushing the number 62 of Ethan Troutman down to the bottom side here. 11-lap shootout. The Tailgaters are wild. They've beaten and banged here tonight. 3, 4, 5 wide racing. It has been more like we are watching Daytona or Talladega here on iRacing. Green flag back into the air. We're racing again in California. Great start by the inside lane here that time. Troutman got a good start. DJ Anderson spun the tires just a little bit. As you see it, the race leader as they work off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It will be the Ream Chevrolet of Ethan Troutman, the Tennessee boy. But look at the run that DJ Anderson is getting, because, boy, who does he got pushing him? That's the 5 of Minto. Minto will shoot out a line down the back straightaway. Shoots out a line just in time for turn number 3. Brandon, he's going to get loose. Sideways for the 5. 43 of Joe Strano, nowhere to go. Big pile up down here. It's going to be a big one. Cars everywhere. Our 6th caution flag of the evening going to come out. The 86 involved. Big wreck here in turn number 4. Coming to get 10 laps to go. Brandon Minto trying to make something happen with the number 5. Unfortunately, he'll roll away slowly, looking like a crinkled up Keystone Light beer can here tonight. Big problems here tonight. Let's see if we can go back. Right on board with Sean Single through all of this. Oh, Rothrock right over the nose, and there comes DJ Anderson, and there's Brandon Minto still out there. A lot of chaos out there. Let's see if we can rewind it and find a couple angles here for all you race fans. Let's slow it down. There you see the 5 up the speedway. There you see Minto. He's into DJ Anderson sideways right in front of the field. 43 of Joe Shrano, nowhere to go. He's going to get involved. There's the 42 of Max Tyrrell. He got a bump from Major Mellon there, and look at everybody. They're just going to pile him in. James Skelton, nowhere to go. Granny Hips, he's going to have to use a walkie to get around the house for the rest of the week. James Skelton really getting pushed around in his 86. Max Tyrrell just going to go straight through the grass there. I don't know if there's a car. Oh, look at Rothrock coming in with his entry here tonight. It's going to be better for us to look tonight and see who's not damaged after this one. See a lot of drivers down pit road right now to try and see if they can get some damage fixed. I'm going to look through the field here, race fans. Let's bear with me as I look out there onto the speedway and see who's still running with no damage and who is. We know that Ethan Troutman was out in front of this wreck. He is going to be good, clean, and ready to go. He's got a rocket ship already. Joe Strano's going to restart second here. We already know that. He was involved in that wreck. He has a little front nose damage and hood damage to that Road Rage Accessories number 43. Number 4 of Jeffrey Souza, he will restart right now, looking to schedule him in the third position it's going to be, actually. He'll restart third. His truck is good, and we know he's had speed here tonight. Brandon Feeney, the racer out of Canada. Liquid Molly entry. Well, he's got a little tailgate damage, a little side damage, and he'll restart fourth. Eric Johnson is being scored in position number 5 here, but I think he's lined up to the outside, so we'll wait to see if iRacing sorts that out, and actually the officials are moving him back down to the inside. Then it looks like it's going to schedule the number 01 of Richard Murdoch into that spot, the Adventure in Pixels machine. He's got some nose damage, so along with Eric Johnson. So we're going to see. We're going to see who's going to win this one. We told you it was going to be a shootout with 11 to go. Now take a couple more laps off of it. Let's get these boys bunched back up, and, well, maybe we get the tire pressures pumped up in these trucks and we can give it another whirl. Drivers that are down on pit road right now, though. Doug Neal, he is out of the event. Rex Hoyle, Brian Bianchi, all out of this event. Nathan Maurer, out of the event. Ryan Richard is back out on the track. He's 27th. Tim Williams on pit road. Sean Butler's on pit road. Dave Braga's on pit road. DJ Anderson, Jason Wells, Tony Shrano, James Skelton. That wreck took out about half the field as they all sit down there. As it looks like we're getting ready to go. Everybody's still trying to find a home in line. But we're scheduled to go. Green flag here. 8 to go. It'll be 7 to go when the green flag drops. Back into the restart zone. It's 7 laps to go here in California. Great start by Eric Johnson. Look at them. They're already 4 wide racing, almost 5 wide down to the turn 1. 5 trucks. You can already see who has damage and who does not. 5 truck breakaway. Troutman, Souza, Johnson, Strano, and Feeney all break out of turn number 2. They all get their trucks geared up, going fast here as down the back straightaway. 5-car breakaway. Then you got Ryan O'Donnell back there battling with some of these drivers, and they're all kind of mixed in here. lead lap and lap down cars, depending when you pitted here, are kind of just all thrown into the same mix. Here's Brandon Minto. He has had a fast Keystone Light Buffalo Wild Wings number 5. As they come back here, they should get 6 laps to go. Here's Night Out Auto Club. 12 miles of racing left for all these truckers. As at the front of the field, the battle is for the race lead. Here's the number 4, Souza, looking to the inside. He'll have a great run out of the corner. He does have the fresher tires out of him and Troutman, but he's got to be on the lookout because here comes Eric Johnson. He'll duck to the inside, 3 wide, racing down the back straightaway. They're 3 wide for the race lead. Johnson's going to go to the bottom, put Souza in the middle, and Troutman high wide around the outside. Now Souza's going to try a crossover move out of turn number 4. He'll pull side by side with the 33 of Johnson. Drag race to come get the high 5 from the flagman. This time by, it'll be 5 laps to go. 5 laps of racing. Give that lap to Souza down on the bottom. Souza has it, but boy, does Johnson have it wound up through the middle groove that time. Souza a little sideways. He's going to lead on the right rear tire of that Esports Racing group. Johnson going to try and break the draft down the back straightaway from the top side to the bottom side. Now there's the 62. Troutman had a great run. Now he'll look to the inside. Troutman, car 62, looking to go to victory lane for the first time this season. The top 3 drivers, the top 5 drivers have not gone to victory lane this season, and some of them are looking for their first career wins with Red Light Racing. 4 laps to go. We're going to stick it right here on the top 3 cars. There's some movement out towards the back, but this is for the win here tonight. Jeffrey Souza looking for a win. He is running 3rd right now. What it would mean to Jeffrey if he was able to tie his brother Kyle with 1 win in Red Light Racing competition history. Eric Johnson and Ethan Troutman all have wins, but don't forget the Liquid Molly entry of Brandon Feeney back there. With 3 laps to go, Brandon Feeney is still within striking distance. He still has the draft to the front 3 that have broken away a little bit here tonight. 1 slip or those drivers get running side by side, and Brandon Feeney could swoop in here in the closing laps to take this one. I'm sure everybody back in Ontario, if Brandon Feeney can pull this one off, they would be partying. Man, you know how the Canadians like to go. They got Labatt's up there. I'm talking about those Blue Tasties. I had a couple of those this weekend with a couple of my friends over at the Pocono International Raceway, but this time by, it'll be the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go here at Auto Club as it's still Eric Johnson leading. So with 2 to go, Eric Johnson leads. Ethan Troutman is in 2nd, 3rd for Jeffrey Souza. Johnson trying to break the draft down the back straightaway. You see a couple drivers back there trying to do the same exact thing. Closing in on it. It'll be 1 lap to go if we can get out of turn number 4 and see the white flag here tonight. Souza starting to fade in car number 4. When they hit the line this time, it'll be 1 lap to go. Brought to us by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. 1 lap to go. Top 2 still nose to tail. It's Johnson, it's Troutman. Johnson's going to back off early. Troutman's going to back off the back bumper there of Trout. You know it's backwards. It's Johnson out front with Troutman in 2nd. Souza not quite within striking distance. 1 last ditch effort. Here comes the 33. He'll drive it to the outside. The 62 of Troutman to the bottom. Out of turn 4, they're going to be side by side at the line. Sideways for the 62. It'll be Eric Johnson going to victory lane here in California. Johnson goes to victory lane with Troutman in 2nd. Souza with 3rd. Feeney's going to come home 4th, and look at Kevin O'Brien picking up his first top 5 in the last 4 seasons of competition. Kevin O'Brien finishes 5th. Joe Strano, Brandon Minto, Bob Higgins, Sean Single, and Tim Combs round out the top 10. Take a look at the unofficial timing and scoring results over on the left-hand side of your screen, race fans. But this is your winner here tonight in California. Eric Johnson goes to victory lane. It's been a while since we've seen Eric Johnson in victory lane, and he was able to do it here tonight. We will be able to talk to your winner here tonight along with second place. We'll see if we can get Souza in here, as there's Eric Johnson. He's going to burn it down for the race fans here tonight watching on the Turn 3 Racing Network. That's your winner, the 33 of Eric Johnson. It'll be his second career win, moving him up to the 14th position on the all-time win record. So he'll peel them out, burn them down, and we'll be back here with your post-race show brought to us by Renaissance Nutrition. Welcome back here, race fans, to the sunny California. It is the Auto Club Speedway. The lights came on, the stars came out, and they put on one heck of a show for all you race fans tuning in here tonight, as it went right down to the final corner of this race. Eric Johnson just holding off Ethan Troutman to pick up a win. Let's head down into our Renaissance Nutrition post-race show here tonight and talk to some of these drivers and see what they thought after this intense race here in sunny California. Let's start things off with your winner here tonight. Drives the 33, Eric Johnson. You're able to notch a win and lock yourself into the playoffs. How does it feel here in California?
Man, it's so good to get a win finally. I needed that one after I had some bad luck and I missed a race, but man, it was good racing. Got involved in that last caution flag. I thought my day was done, but minor damage, and eked out a win.
You eked out a win. It's not the closest finish we've had this season. It looked like it coming off turn number 4 that we possibly might have a side-by-side drag race. Did you know how close the 62 was on that final lap?
I saw him coming. I was trying to break the draft as best I could, and I don't know where that last lap he really caught me and dove it down low, and I was hoping to have the momentum on the outside, and I guess I got it. But yeah, it was a good race.
So now you will knock into the championship playoff here. You're going to put yourself with Jason Wells, Max Terrell, James Skelton, and Sean Single. Those are great names to put yourself next to. Now what are you going to do when we head to Rockingham, Homestead, Myrtle Beach, and New Hampshire? Because you're locked in. Are you going trophy hunting now?
Yeah, I better start practicing. Bring my A game. Those guys are tough.
Well, a great run for you here tonight, Eric, who made this all possible back home.
I'll give a shout out to my wife and you for putting this up, all the admins with the red light, and everybody watching. Thanks.
There you hear it from your winner tonight. He doesn't lead the most laps, but he leads the most important lap, as Eric Johnson is our race winner here tonight in sunny California. Man, how about the guy that ran second here tonight, though? Ethan, you had a great run. What did you need more to get around that 33 at the end of this one?
I think I needed to put him in the wall, but he's never raced me like that, so I couldn't do it to him. As a racer that close to a win, you think about every scenario you can to make the pass. And dove it in there, thought about it. I just couldn't do it, so I just was trying to side draft him, see if I can get a run off, and Highline just had the run.
It was a wild race out there all evening long. It wasn't just the final 6 laps where you were battling for the win. Tell us about the rest of this race, because there were some wrecks that happened out there, and you were around a couple of them.
Yeah, that one big wreck, I didn't see anybody survive it. Looking back, it was like the Austin Dillon wreck when Dale Jr. won the race at Daytona, is how I felt like. But it was close racing at the beginning. I saw 4 and 5 wide, I think. My truck, I feel like, was better on the long run, so maybe a few more laps would give me what I needed to pass the 33, but I'm just glad I survived. Second, close to winning is kind of sucks, but it's great for points.
Yeah, when you look at it, you're not going to lock yourself in on a win, but a second-place finish and only having 5 winners, that's going to put you right at the tail. I believe you're actually going to be the first driver in the points championship standings without a win, and with only 4 races actually leaving here because we have Rockingham next week. I mean, that's a pretty good spot to be in.
Absolutely. Just got to, protect position and hope something like this doesn't happen in the future race, but so far I'm feeling good.
Well, before we let you go celebrate and get ready next week for Rockingham, which the Rock, that's going to be a tough one. But what do you think going into next week, and who do you got to thank that makes this all possible?
The Rock's tough. I can't say it's a personal favorite. It's hard to drive, tough to pass. It's definitely a driver's track, but like I said, I'm not that great at it, so I need some practice. But I got to thank the team at Red Light Racing, you, the guys at Turn 3 Racing Network, and, of course, my main man, Mike, for watching the race every week.
Well, there you hear from Troutman and his friend or fan out there, tuning in. We appreciate that here tonight. But Ethan Troutman will finish tonight, Pete, number 2. And then, where did this driver come from, race fans? He was pretty quick there in qualifying, setting the top time. But, Jeffrey, tell us about that middle portion of this race. It seemed like the 4 had disappeared, and then all of a sudden, hocus pocus, at the end of this one, you come flying back.
Yeah, once we had that yellow there towards the middle to end of the race, I want to say it was about 20 to go. That was kind of setting up for me. Before that, I pitted a little bit after those guys did because I stayed out that first caution. And once we had that first long run there, I was kind of saving that whole second long run, just trying to make it to a window to the point that I could actually make it on one stop. I know a lot of the guys had to pit twice. So I was trying to work some fuel strategy to get back to the front since I lost all the track position early in the race there.
When it boils down to this one, at the end of this, did you get beat off the tire strategy?
I'm not sure. I think Eric might have taken tires there right at the end when we had that big accident, just because there was hardly anyone left on the field, really. If that is what happened, then yeah, I think a little bit of tire strategy, a little bit of just position on the racetrack. Like Ethan said, it's the outside is really king here. I made an aggressive 3-wide move there. I thought I could hold it there in the middle. I did hold it for a little bit, but then I ended up sliding back and losing a spot to Ethan because he got by me on the outside too.
So just a little short. You qualified on the pole here tonight. You finished third. It's a good night all in all, but usually we see you run towards the front when it comes time for short track racing. What do you think about the Rock or Myrtle Beach coming up?
Well, the Rockingham Speedway it's a tough track, and like my fellow friends have said, it's a tough place to pass. I actually was practicing a cup car setup there earlier this morning, and it's definitely has not become any easier over time there. But last time we were there, I think it was with the 87 car, and I honestly felt like I had a car that could have competed in the top 5 or so, but I ended up having some connection issues. So should be interesting. Hopefully we can get a pole there again and try to keep some track position the whole race.
Well, a great run tonight here for you, Jeff. Who makes this all possible back home in New England?
Everyone really working behind me. Mother, father, brother, Sousa Media coming out every night on the car and the truck and whatever we end up running. And everyone over at East Fort Racing Group, they really helped me work on my driving, not just with the open setups, but also with the fixed setups here in this league.
Well, there you hear it tonight from your third place finisher, Kyle Scusa. Got a cut, or Jeffrey, brother Kyle. You just talked about him. Back home, making us all possible. Congratulations to him having the best run of his season. That's his second top 10 of the season, first top 5 for Jeffrey and the whole group over with the number 4 crew. But man, what a race it has been here from the virtual Auto Club Speedway here tonight. These drivers for Red Light Racing put on one heck of a show for all you race fans in the SimBox 130. Remember, race fans, if you are in the market for a button box for your iRacing rig, your Forza rig, anything that has buttons that you need to program, put 2 tires, put 4 gallons of fuel, 4 tires, fix my car, well, contact SimBox today. You can find them on Facebook.com. Type in SimBox PC and contact Doug Neal today, and Doug will sit down with you, and they will build a custom button box for all your needs, race fans. But, man, California never disappoints here, and it did not. Next week, we do head back to the East Coast. Rockingham Motor Speedway. 100 laps of short track racing action. You talk about bumps, I mean, it's like off-road racing at the Rockingham Speedway. So we will see you next Monday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for everybody at the RB Custom Rigged Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing, I'm Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed this show here tonight, and we can't wait to see you at the races.